Space is a beautiful yet strange and unexplored place. Have you ever wondered how long it would take to travel the entire solar system, from Earth to Mercury, Pluto, or even the Sun? To simplify, we'll assume a direct route with the planets at their closest approach, and that we're using a spacecraft as fast as New Horizons, one of the fastest human-made objects. At its fastest, New Horizons reached a speed of about 50,000 miles per hour, that's 80,000 kilometers per hour. First, we'll have to go to our closest celestial neighbor, the Moon, which has often been visited by lots of people. We've done this before, and it took the Apollo 11 about 3 days to get there. Unless we get a rocket more powerful than the Saturn V, 3 days is all it will take to get there. At its closest approach, Mercury is about 48 million miles, that's 77 million kilometers from Earth. We did our first flyby of Mercury in the 1970s, and it took the messenger like 147 days to get there. To calculate time to travel there, we simply divide distance by velocity. So in this case, we divide 48 million miles by 50,000 miles per hour, giving us 960 hours of travel time. Divide this by 24 hours, and we get the number of days it would take to get to Mercury, which ends up being 40 days. Venus is at its closest approach to Earth. It is about 38 million miles, that's 61 million kilometers away, and so it would take about 32 days to get to Venus. Fortunately, no one wants to go there because it's super gross. Mars is the most frequently visited planet in our solar system and our closest neighbor. While humans have yet to land on the Martian surface, space agencies have sent a number of rovers, landers, and satellites to study the red planet. During its closest approach, Mars is about 51 million miles, that's 82 million kilometers away from Earth. Moving at a speed of 50,000 miles per hour, it would take you about 43 days to reach Mars. Beyond the orbit of Mars is the realm of the great gas giants. Jupiter is the closest gas giant to Earth, yet even at its closest approach, it is still 367 million miles, that's 590 million kilometers away from our world. At this distance and moving at a speed of 50,000 miles per hour, it would take you 306 days to reach Jupiter. Saturn, meanwhile, is much further away than even Jupiter. At its closest approach to Earth, Saturn is 746 million miles, that's 1.2 billion kilometers away. At this distance, it would take you 622 days, or 1.7 years, to reach Saturn. Beyond Jupiter and Saturn are the two outermost planets of our solar system, Uranus and Neptune. These two worlds are so far away from us that they are the only two planets not visible to the naked eye. At its closest approach to the Earth, Uranus is located a staggering 1.7 billion miles, that's 2.7 billion kilometers away. Traveling in a spacecraft moving at 50,000 miles per hour, it would take you 1,416 days, or 3.9 years, to reach Uranus. When Neptune is at its closest approach, the distance between Earth and Neptune is 2.7 billion miles, that's 4.3 billion kilometers, and so it would take 2,250 days, or 6.2 years. Pluto is located at the very edge of the outer solar system and therefore has not been the target of space missions very often. Actually, only one spacecraft ever flew by at New Horizons. Traveling at a phenomenal speed of 57,936 kilometers per hour, New Horizons still took 9.5 years to travel the 5.1 billion kilometers, or 3.1 billion miles, that lie between Earth and Pluto. That's 7 times the distance to Jupiter and 3 times the distance to Saturn. The journey to each planet in our solar system presents a unique set of challenges, from the relatively short to Venus and Mars, to the prolonged and resource-intensive missions to the outer giants like Jupiter and Saturn. Exploring the solar system reveals the vastness and beauty of space, but also its daunting distances. While we've made remarkable progress with missions like Apollo 11 and New Horizons, the journey to each planet presents unique challenges. From the relatively short trips to the Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars, to the extended voyages to Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, the scale of our solar system is both humbling and awe-inspiring. As technology advances, who knows what future explorations will uncover? The mysteries of space continue to beckon, inviting us to dream, explore, and reach beyond our current boundaries.
Contact light. Okay, engine stop. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're
going to be busy for a minute.
Armstrong is on the moon. Neil Armstrong, 38-year-old American, standing on the surface of the moon. on this July 20th, 1969.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Oh, that looks beautiful, Neil. It has a stark beauty all its own. It's like much of the high desert of the United States. It's different, but it's very pretty out here. Beautiful view. Isn't that something? Magnificent sight out here. Magnificent desolation.
Tranquility Base, Houston. Guidance recommendation is pings, and you're cleared for takeoff.
Roger, understand. We're number one on the runway. 7, 6, 5, engine arm ascent.